Padres. And good to have you along with us on this Friday alongside Mark Grant, Matt Vasgersian. For the Mariners and Padres, it's been a disappointing start to 2008. And while it's been a punchless offense that has cursed San Diego the past few weeks, it's been some really high numbers posted by the Seattle pitching staff that has prevented them from reaching their goals.
A lot of areas for both teams, as Matty mentioned, but let's take a look at the starters for the Battling M's, just under 5. This is for the starters, and to give you an idea, all the starters for the Seattle Mariners have not, the last 10 games have not gone past the 5th inning, 6th out of the last 10 games. This tells you one thing, a lot of pitches, they're going deep and deep counts, to hand it over to the bullpen, but right now it's a chance for San Diego, with the way they're struggling with the bat, to get into that bullpen early and see if they can collect some hits together in this series.
Yeah, Mariners starters have won 9 games since the beginning of May. How about the starting pitching matchup tonight for the series opener? For San Diego, as mentioned, left-hander Randy Wolf. He's been very good at home with the exception of his last start here against Detroit. Randy looks to get his record back to 500. The veteran southpaw Jarrod Washburn takes the mound for Seattle, making his 15th start of the season tonight. Baseball and 1970s kitsch and fun. Nice to have you along. Starting lineups in the opening pitch are coming up next. And some neat pictures tonight coming from Lindbergh International, all the way downtown to the trolley stop right here at Petco Park, where the Padres and the Mariners will renew their acquaintanceships as, quote, regional rivals in interleague play. Two teams in the hintermost corners of the West Coast who have drawn one another since the advent of interleague play in 1997. And yes, make no mistake, it's a retro-themed night tonight. It's hard to tell exactly if it's the 60s or 70s being celebrated here. It's in fact 1978. And you'll be hearing all about the 78 Padres and Mariners tonight as we are just about ready for baseball. Randy Wolf on the mound for San Diego. Randy makes his 17th start of the year, and we are underway downtown. First pitch to Ichiro, in for strike 1. We'll set Jim Riggleman's Seattle lineup for you in a moment.
That sounds weird, Matty. Jim Riggleman?
Jim Riggleman, as fans know, taking over after not only a change at the manager position, but a change at the general manager position in Seattle as well. This is a team at the very top level that's in a state of flux right now. And the former Friars skipper taking over the reins in Seattle from the rest of the season.
We've got a little bit of a, I want to say, triangle or connection going on here. Jim Riggleman, former Friar manager. Bud Black, former M pitcher.
Ichiro lines softly to right. And with that, we take a look at the rest of the Mariners. They're brought to you by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. It's hard to imagine this particular lineup starting play tonight. 19.5 games out in the AL West, but in fact, Ichiro, Lopez, and Ibanez, Beltre, Sexton, Jojima, Betancourt, Bloomquist, and Washburn. They are saddled with exactly that, a 28-50 record at the start of play. Here's Jose Lopez now with one gone. Randy Wolf's numbers brought to you by the injury and accident attorneys at Kerry Steigerwald's Pacific Law Center.
Well, you know you're going to get something to hit against Randy Wolf, and sometimes he'll walk some hitters, but when he's around the plate, sometimes he can be a little wild in the strike zone. And I'll bet you any money that Randy Wolf wants that pitch back because that was a healthy swing.
So with Lopez aboard, we take a look quickly at San Diego's defense, brought to you by Oceans 11 Casino I-5 and Mission Avenue East in Oceanside. Jody Garrett, yet to kick one this year, 0 errors in over 100 chances. He starts in center field tonight.
Looks great in the brown and gold.
So from one left-handed hitter to a next, here's Raul Ibanez with a man on. The Mariners get to us here in San Diego from New York in a road trip that likely had the Mariners scratching their heads when the original schedule was announced. It's unusual to see a 6-game trip, New York, San Diego, covering both coasts. In fact, that's how it read. It's a trip that actually started in Atlanta. Seattle lost 2 of 3 at Turner Field, 1-2 of 3 at Shea, where perhaps the Mets are the only team in more disarray these days than the M's. And that's how they arrive here this afternoon. A strike to Ibanez, it's 1-2.
You know, I thought the Padres, with the way their year is going, sure, the numbers have not been great. And I'll be quite honest with you. I did not crack a newspaper today until I got to the ballpark and looked at the stats. My goodness. Jim Riggleman taking over for John McLaren, 19.5 games out of first place. 11 games in back of the next team in the standings, the Texas Rangers.
Well, it certainly hasn't escaped ownership in Seattle, as we mentioned. They have kicked to the curb both their general manager and manager within the last 3 weeks. First Bill Bavasi and days later John McLaren. And the unusual spot the Mariners will be in from here on out, and it's really worth watching the next month, is that any deals they make prior to the deadline at the end of July will affect a brain trust that hasn't even been hired yet. So it's interim personnel making key decisions here in this important month of July.
You know, Lee Pellicudis has been with the Seattle Mariners for a long, long time. Interim general manager, so a lot of work to be done. Decisions to be made. It's going to be interesting to see what happens during the offseason with the Seattle Mariners.
2 balls and 2 strikes account to Raul Ibanez, and he checks a swing on a breaking ball that misses down and away. It's 3-2 down. Randy Wolf's last start came Sunday against the Tigers, and despite 10 strikeouts, he lost a 5-3 decision to Detroit, and that drops his record to its current 5-6. There's a payoff now, a throw to first as Lopez gets back in safely. As we mentioned when we went on the air, Wolfie making just his 2nd career start against Seattle here tonight.
Okay, who's the first Seattle Mariner you think of when you look at those road powder
Alvin
blues?
Davis. What about you?
You know what? I know he wasn't with the team then, but I think of Ivan Calderon.
Oh, nice with the sloppy Jerry curl. There's ball 4 to Ibanez. And there are runners at first and second now with one gone. The late Ivan Calderon.
Right.
You know, the story that we set when we went on the air with Seattle's problems really starting with their pitching is made more clear when you hear what they've done with runners in scoring position the last 6 games. It's been just fine. Their offense has been productive. Here's Adrian Beltre now with runners aboard. And he's buckling on a breaking ball for a strike.
You mentioned runners in scoring position. The M's have a guy out there now at second base. What's interesting, it's going to be interesting this whole series. Both teams going into tonight's ball game, 232. Average of 232 with runners in scoring position for the season. That's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Ball and a strike to count to Beltre. In the case of the Mariners, the last 6 games has yielded a .345 batting average in spots like this with runners in scoring position. 2 balls and a strike. Seattle had a day off yesterday. In fact, they spent the day here in San Diego. Fans love an excuse to put on an afro wig. And Beltre checks his swing as he runs the count at 3 balls and a strike.
Breaking ball in, try to frame it out of the zone. Oh, and Darren Balsley's right up on the top step, sticking up for his pitcher.
There's ball 4. And that walk loads the bases with 1 gone now for Richie Sexson. Randy walked 4 in his last start, and here comes the pitching coach, Darren Balsley. With 1 away, Lopez singled. Ibanez and now Beltre have drawn bases on balls. We'll be paying attention to the interleague scoreboard tonight as always. Some interesting matchups happening elsewhere. A lot of finals from the East Coast early on today. And we'll get some of that to you as we continue here tonight.
This early in the ball game, a visit. Obviously, the walks warrant a visit, but maybe Darren Balsley seeing something in the delivery of Randy Wolf. A lot of times, Darren will go out there and tell the pitcher to redefine something. And what's the best compliment a pitcher can give a pitching coach, Matty?
Strike 1 after the visit.
You bet.
Richie Sexson starts play at .218, 9 home runs, 26 runs batted in. He has homered against Wolf in the past. But outside of that long ball, it's been limited success, just 3 for 14 against tonight's Padres starter. It has, in fact, been a disappointing year for Rich.
Back-to-back seasons for the big first baseman. Tough couple of years in the big leagues.
And Wolf strikes him out, brought the fastball upstairs and gets Sexson on 3 pitches.
Big hitter, big strike zone. And Randy Wolf goes up the ladder, and when a guy is struggling, first and foremost, they will chase Richie Sexson. We've seen Richie Sexson chase at pitches like that even when he's swinging the bat well.
First strikeout for Randy tonight, and now only Kenji Jojima stands in the way of his escaping a first inning jam. Jojima, a .229 hitter this year, 3 home runs. It's been a disappointing season for the Seattle backstop as well. Counts a ball and no strikes from Randy Wolf. You know, in mentioning Randy making 1 previous start against the Mariners, we should add that it came earlier this year. And he lost a 4-2 decision up at Safeco Field. He did hold Kenji Jojima to an 0-for-3 that night.
I think Randy Wolf was betting on Jojima to kind of swing early in the count because he's a guy who will swing at bad pitches.
He's up there to get some hacks, especially with those bases FOM full of Mariners. Looking for that 2-out knock.
2 balls and a strike. Back on the 17th of May is when Wolf faced the Mariners up north. And it was one in a series of nights this year where he deserved a better fate. Pitched into the 7th inning. 3 runs on 7 hits, punched out 5, walked only 1, and was hung with a loss. And he's now got Kenji Jojima 2-2. We'll also set the pitching matchups for the rest of this series. After Sunday, the Padres hit the road for a week. Big holiday week coming up. I believe we're already at 4th of July time.
It's unbelievable how quickly the time goes. Left-hander looks good in the old uni.
Believe it. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kenji Jojima.
Wow.
Awesome. That is, I'll tell you something. Orange is the raid.
Sue Bodas coined that phrase, didn't she?
I believe she did. And Jojima pops it into foul territory. Barrett and Koosman are there, and neither one can make the play. It is such a funky hack that Jojima takes while protecting the plate.
It's almost like he feels for the baseball, you know? And it seems like the softer the pitch, the softer the swing. Unless a guy is looking for a breaking ball, and then they can really tee off on it. Let's take a look at the swing. Just feeling for it. Good call, Matty. And just don't get hurt. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Michael Barrett turning on the brakes there and utilizing those shin guards nicely.
So still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jojima. The 29th pitch of this opening inning by Randy Wolf. And he got him. He brought the slider up to the shoulders, and Jojima couldn't find it. Feel for this one.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is DJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer. Tickets for the 2008 DHL All-Star Fan Fest in New York are on sale now. Bring the whole family to the DHL All-Star Fan Fest from July 11th through July 15th at the Javits Center. Enjoy more than 40 interactive games and attractions. Meet former and current players and get free autographs. Buy your tickets to DHL All-Star Fan Fest at allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Since you guys taught me to drive.
Game. Let's get you right to San Diego. Starting lineup brought to you by all 6 Massey Nissan locations. Garrett, Gonzalez, and Giles. Gonzalez, Koosman, and Headley. Green, Barrett, and Wolf round things out for San Diego. Kevin Koosman trying to pick up a 6-game hitting streak tonight. It's the veteran southpaw Jarrod Washburn on the mound for the M's this evening, looking for just his 3rd winner of the year. Opponents have hit better than 300 against him during his 15 appearances so far this season.
And with each month in the books, Jarrod Washburn, when you accumulate all the innings pitched and hits, more hits than innings pitched each month. Sometimes the walks can be very erratic. He's had as many as 4. He's had some outings when he has not walked a hitter. He throws a fastball, cutter, change, a split, and a curveball. 5-pitch pitcher for the lefty, and he works quickly.
2 balls and 2 strikes is a count to Jody Garrett, and it strikes you right off the top tonight, the fact that Jody Garrett starts and plays center field against the left-hander this evening. This is clearly one of those matchups that Buddy Black's not afraid of, despite its lefty-lefty nature. There's a fly ball for Ichiro, who got an unusually late start but makes the catch. We take a look at the rest of the Mariners defensively. Brought to you by SD Storage. 9 locations to serve you. Go to sdstorage.com. Adrian Beltre, 10 errors this season. He's not the only one that's been guilty. In fact, Seattle ranks near the bottom of the pack, 10th in the American League in total team fielding percentage.
And the pitch count just keeps going up and up and up. The more free outs you give to the opposition. That's one of the negatives about this Mariner team this year.
1 gone now for Edgar Gonzalez, 2 for 10 in the recently completed series with Minnesota. So we spent a little time in the top of the first talking about Seattle's standing in the AL West. The Padres, as fans know, also looking up at the rest of the pack as Adrian pops that one into right. Ichiro is there to make the catch. Rather, Edgar popping out to right field. San Diego starts play, trying to snap out of a 5-game slide. Buddy Black at 32 and 48. And as Bob Scanlon said during the Honda Dealers pregame show, there's nowhere to go but up. It's one way to look at it. Nothing in 1 the count to Brian Giles, who's hit safely in 3 straight.
It's so hard at any professional level. Talking minor leagues, big leagues, basketball, football. When you're in a funk like this, to try to come to the ballpark each and every day, and you've got it in the back of your mind, but you try to tell yourself to turn it around. It's tough to do. It's a grind. Not only physically, everybody knows about the physical part of the game. Sure, you got to keep yourself in shape, but mentally, you talk about streaks like this or seasons like this just killing you. Sleepless nights.
Giles sends a fly ball into left. Long run for Ibanez. He can't get there. You just don't look for Brian Giles to take left-handers into the opposite corner down the line that way. Nowhere that Ibanez could have defensed against that.
That ball looked like it was middle in also, and Brian opened it up just a tad. And it looked like Ibanez was playing him a little bit over towards the left center field gap. So there goes the no-hitter.
Here's Adrian Gonzalez now with a man aboard. Adrian just 2 for 11 against the Twins to start the week.
Well, it's ironic, well, not ironic, but you don't see it too often, but 2 left-handers starting tonight for both teams. Padres 8-18 versus lefties. Mariners 7-13 versus lefties. So both teams well below 500.
Adrian bounces it to right. It's smothered before it gets there by Lopez. Scored as an infield single for Gonzalez. Boy, they were really playing Adrian to pull.
I thought the Betancourt had a chance to get this ball, but Lopez, they're shifting over towards the right side of the diamond. Betancourt over towards the second base. Bag. Even if he gloves that cleanly, no way they're going to get a runner, even with the force play at second base.
So San Diego has a couple of 2-out base runners without the benefit of a scalded baseball. Here's Kevin Koosman now, trying to pick up that 6-game streak in his first try tonight. First pitch fastball is fouled away. You know, there really aren't a lot of big numbers to run down from that Minnesota series. The Padres swept here at home by the red-hot Minnesota Twins. Kevin Koosmanoff's 4 for 12 was the most productive line of any of the starters tonight.
Well, the back must be feeling very, very good, huh? That'll hurt you. Anybody. I don't care if you're healthy or you have a little twin somewhere. A good changeup. Swung on and missed out in front. Kind of trying to reach a little bit. Watch the body language of Kevin Koosman. Out in front a little bit. Koos seems to be okay, though.
0-2 to Kevin. Giles and Gonzalez aboard with 2 gone. Washburn, like Wolf, trying to pitch out of a first inning squeeze. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Jarrod Washburn facing the Padres for the first time in a couple of years tonight. He last pitched against San Diego back in 2006. Koos fights him off on 1 and 2 and lines it softly to Lopez to retire the side. On to the second, no score.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching. Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? At Grind TV on Yahoo Sports, you can submit your own videos or watch the pros in action. Check out the most outrageous, untamed, and awe-inspiring sports videos on the web, surfing, skateboarding, motocross, and so much more. For the sickest action sports videos, check out Grind TV on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is BJ Ryan.
Hey, this is Justin Mortal.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Curtis Grant.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn. Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Score, both teams having opportunities to play to run in their first innings tonight. In the case of the Mariners, they left them loaded as Randy Wolf got out of a spot in the first. So it's Betancourt, Bloomquist, and Washburn here in the Seattle second. Cuban-born shortstop behind 0-2. Yuniesky Betancourt at 279 to start play here tonight. And still 0-2 to him. I think what has a lot of Mariners fans most concerned about the way the season has gone down is that this is not a bargain basement roster. There's been plenty of money spent on the player payroll. The returns have most decidedly not been there. And that in part explains the firing of Bill Bavasi, the general manager, and maybe to a lesser degree the firing of manager John McLaren. You know, they made a big splash a few years ago when they brought in Sexton and Beltre in the same offseason. They signed Eric Bedard this year after consummating that deal for him. Betancourt lines to center, and there's one away.
I mean, let's face it. You mentioned 2 guys at the corners with the big numbers, and it just hasn't happened.
So one gone for Wolf. Here's Willie Bloomquist playing center field tonight. Willie Bloomquist, the Seattle area native, who can play just about anywhere they ask. In fact, he's made starts at second base, shortstop, third, right, left, and center field. This is his 6th start in center field this year. And it's unusual to see it. In fact, Willie Bloomquist is listed as a utility guy. You know, the player notes that people in the media receive and on various bits of paperwork that are distributed. You know, you see guys at one primary position listed. Rarely do you see a UTL next to a guy. And even though he might be a utility guy.
Right. And, you know, I'm sure Willie Bloomquist is one of those players that's fine by me. I know of a lot of guys that have played a long time at the big league level and had that utility label. What's wrong with being a utility guy and playing 15 years in the big leagues?
You better believe it. The tough part of it is, and you and I talk about this a lot, is when you're the utility guy and you're an American leaguer,
yep,
there are occasions when you can go through prolonged stretches in the schedule and just rot on the bench.
Oh, yeah. You know what the best thing about being a utility guy in the American League? You get to know the clubhouse guys really well. You get to know the security guys in the dugout really well. Maybe fans around the dugout really well. And then you'll get an at-bat. And then on a Sunday you get a start because the star wants to get a day off.
There's ball 4 to him. And that's the 3rd walk by Randy Wolf already tonight. Hey, a reminder, Padres games are more fun with family, friends, and coworkers. Groups as small as 25 people can save big over gate prices, receive a scoreboard welcome, and more. Reserve your group outing today by calling 795-5500. Here's Jarrod Washburn now. And Washburn bunting foul and right to Adrian Gonzalez. A career American League pitcher that only has a chance to swing the bat occasionally during the season, and his inexperience certainly showed there.
Well, the technique wasn't that bad, but he just kind of gets underneath the baseball a little bit, stabbing at that baseball, getting underneath it, and hence the little liner to Adrian at first base.
Here's Ichiro now with Bloomquist still aboard and 2 gone. No major leaguer in the history of the game has come through with more hits in his first 8 seasons. And, you know, we show you lists a lot that put a player in impressive company. But when you're on top of a group that includes Paul Wainer, Bill Terry, Rogers Hornsby, and Wade Boggs, all Hall of Famers, that's pretty impressive stuff. Add another one for Ichiro. Wow. That's going to wrap Bloomquist around to third.
Hey, Matty, you ever play miniature golf?
Sure.
This one goes through the windmill, through the clown's mouth, and then through the mountain. And then Bloomquist, because it wasn't hit that hard, he cruises all the way over to third base. And 2-out knock, that's been something that's not been happening recently with the Seattle Mariners.
Jose Lopez has the opportunity. He singled in his first try tonight. Jose Lopez got the month of June off to an impressive start, homering in 3 straight. You know, the glass half empty fan would say, well, they were all solo home runs. That's been happening more often than not with the Mariners this year. It's an offense that is ranked last in the American League in total bases, runs scored, slugging percentage, and on base percentage. And Randy's fallen behind Lopez 3-0 now.
Randy got squeezed a little bit on that changeup down and away earlier in the count. You can see the frustration on the left-hander's face. He's got to bear down here, and I'm guessing as we take a look, this one misses up and away to go to 3-0.
There's ball 4. So for the second straight inning, Randy's going to try to get out of a bases loaded jam. He was able to strand him in the first with 1 gone. He's got the bases loaded and 2 away here in the second. So this is back-to-back outings for Wolf in which he has walked 4. The difference was Sunday against the Tigers, it came over 6 full innings. Ibanez takes a strike. Here's the difference for Seattle, and you know, this is worth bringing up. We build this case about how bad they've been collectively this year in terms of their run scoring machine. They're pretty good against left-handed pitching. This lefty-lefty matchup yields a fly ball into left that should get Wolfie out of a second straight bases loaded jam. Wolfpack roaring over the fact that San Diego's starter has already stranded 6.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is DJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
See us take on the Seattle Mariners Sunday, June 29th at 1:05.
We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless downtown. Chase Headley leads things off against Jarrod Washburn, Headley, Green, and Barrett here for San Diego. Chase coming off a 2-for-12 series against Minnesota. Here's the 1-0 home from Washburn that misses up and in. We talked a little bit about Jarrod Washburn in the first and his career in the American League. Broke in with the Angels back in 1988. Spent a couple of years between AAA and Major League Anaheim. Headley takes a strike to make it 3-1. He went up to the Pacific Northwest for the 2006 season. This is his 3rd year as a Mariner. Full count to Headley now, 3-2. He was a part of Buddy Black's World Series championship team when the left-hander was the pitching coach with the Angels in 2002. And Jarrod had a career best year that season, 18-6 and a 3.15 ERA.
Yeah, he had a nice little stretch there in Anaheim. 4 years in a row in the double digits in wins.
You know, that's what it takes. I'm telling you, for a team to win the World Series, for a team to win a title in any professional sport, you got to have a handful of guys that all pick the same time to have career years.
Absolutely.
Still a full count to Headley. The next 3-2 pitch is off Washburn. It deflects to Beltre with a bare hand, who gets him by a step. And you'll be seeing that one all night tonight, folks.
Hockey suit right off the left shin. Barehanded by Beltre. And making up the difference with the hose at third base. Good hustle by Chase Headley. Good hustle. That's the 1-5-3 play. And there, as a hitter, there's nothing you can do about it because you hit the ball squarely, you hit the ball hard. Just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Here's Khalil Green now. Greeny homered yesterday, number 8. Came in the loss in the series finale to Minnesota. Bounce to short, good pick by Betancourt, who spins and gets him. Well, Khalil Green taken down on a good play by a shortstop in retro uniform. Khalil himself has been doing this more often than not to opponents. It seems that when he puts on the retro uni, some great defensive things happen. This is from May of 2004. An Ozzie Smith-like performance. 3 great diving plays against the Cubs.
I think it's a photo finish as far as the great plays that Greeny has made in the retro unis. And I think it's a photo finish between this uniform that we're seeing tonight and the 84 one, which I really love that color combo.
The one we just saw?
The one we just saw, yes. Against the Cubs that night. And once again, the white spikes pay it off. But everybody down there in that clubhouse doesn't have a pair of white scoots to break out.
Yeah, that's a lot of shoes. Let's, you know.
Yeah, but why can't you get just say to your guy, Bill, call Bill Frechette at Nike. Hey, Bill, send me an 11.5 white spikes. I'll wear them, break them in, and when we wear the whites, we'll break them out.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of shoes. This ain't a Sex in the City episode. Kerry Bradshaw. Scoreless.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer. Tickets for the 2008 DHL All-Star Fan Fest in New York are on sale now. Bring the whole family to the DHL All-Star Fan Fest from July 11th through July 15th at the Javits Center. Enjoy more than 40 interactive games and attractions. Meet former and current players and get free autographs. Buy your tickets to DHL All-Star Fan Fest at allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
and on demand
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Since you guys taught me to drive, I'm gonna teach you to wrestle. This is a body slam. Not bad. These guys are phenomenal.
Start every day with Gillette Fusion Power Phenom. With Gillette's most comfortable shave, you'll feel phenomenal. Gillette Fusion Power Phenom, the only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns.
For even more comfort, use Gillette Fusion Hydrogel. Comfortable?
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on
top half of the third. And Seattle will send Beltre, Sexton, and Jojima to the plate. You might see a rather ominous presence behind us here in the broadcast booth. Swinging Fryer is here. Hi, Fryer. Along with
what up, dog?
Some hot dog character. Quit hot dogging it, would you? And the Fryer and the hot dog are here to announce July dollar days, $1 hot dogs, $1 soft drinks, $1 off all beer at Petco Park during the entire month of July.
Unbelievable. And they're looking pretty good. Is this for me? One for me, or two for me, and none for Maddie?
You know the nice thing about those hot dogs? They cost a fryer only $2. One a piece, right?
That's right.
It's unbelievable. There's a ground ball chopped out to Green at short. Flashing that retro unit and throwing out Adrian Beltre. There's one gone.
What a great deal. Every home game in the month of July.
This is in part due to, July, Mudcat. I know you know this. It's National Hot Dog Month.
Of course.
So the wiener industry has gotten together to celebrate hot dogs in July.
Well, these two characters, they're both wieners to us.
Awful. Just awful. Here's Richie Sexson, and he bounces the first pitch back up the middle for a base hit. A one-out base runner here for Seattle. There's Kenji Jojima now. It was Sexson and Jojima that struck out with the bases loaded to get Wolf out of the bases loaded spot in the first. Randy has had to escape two bases loaded situations already tonight. We're only in the third. Randy's 56th pitch of the night's fouled away. Well, this is a night where it's challenging to get your starter the requisite 5 to get a decision.
Yeah,
he's thrown a lot of pitches already.
And you know what? The guys in the bullpen, they are ready. You have to be ready early. I mean, Randy's still fresh, but like you said, it's only the third inning.
Jojima hooks it into the left field corner. Headley goes to get it, and there are runners at first and second now with one away. You know, speaking of the bullpen, it has changed its face yet again. Brett Tomko becoming a very popular Friar in his third tour of duty here in San Diego. As a free agent, he agreed to terms with the Padres today, and Brett's in uniform. Justin Hampson was optioned to Portland to clear way for Tomko back in a Padre uniform today.
Well, the main thing about that move is that Brett Tomko, he can relieve, he can start. And then another thing is that contractually, the Royals pick up most of the contract.
Very little upside with bringing a guy like Brett Tomko back. And this is a partial list of players who have been here, left, been here again, left, and returned for 3 stints. Rudy Cianez, Brett Tomko, Carlos Reyes, Mark Sweeney, who'll probably come back again, and Luis Salazar. Two-run shot.
Pancho.
How about Rudy Cianez?
I know.
I mean, he's still good.
He pitched for the PCL Padres, didn't he?
I think he did.
Hey, you can still mid-90s, isn't he?
Mid-90s with that great slider that he'd always had. Jiu-jitsu guy, Mustang collector. El Centro's favorite son. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yuniesky Betancourt. You know, I kid about Mark Sweeney returning again. That was a goof for anybody thinking that I have insight into something. I clearly have no insight into anything. But Mark still makes his offseason home here in San Diego, and I'm guessing that when Mark retires, he'll be here doing something. He might be stirring the nacho cheese, but he'll be here at the ballpark.
That's something you've done back in the day. Stirring the nacho cheese.
Betancourt pops this one up, and it's playable for Gonzalez. There are 2 away. High-def coverage of this interleague homestand brought to you by Sycuan Casino, celebrating 25 years of play.
Quick outs for Randy Wolf. That is the prescription. After throwing 62 pitches here, runners on. get out of this little mini jam in the third.
Willie Bloomquist, he walked in the second. Wolf has walked 5. That ties a career high, or a season high rather. Sexton at second, Jojima the runner at first. Check Randy's walk count. 4 walks. 4 walks for Wolf, as I am admonished by our angry statistician Mike Trussell. Pitcher due up next, Jarrod Washburn on deck. A ball and a strike to Bloomquist. The Mariners are an example of an American League team that utilizes its DH spot pretty well. They have historically, of course, the great Edgar Martinez, perhaps one of the most prolific designated hitters in the history of the game. But they're unable to really exercise their full lineup capabilities when the DH isn't in play. Can't use Jose Vidro. Yep. I'm sure at some point we'll see him this weekend. We've got some other parts they can use at that DH spot as well, including Jeremy Reed and Jeff Clement. Pitcher's got to swing it here. Line to second. And Randy Wolf's in and out of trouble again. Seattle has stranded 8 base runners in 3 innings. Boy, oh boy.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. All my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen. Text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star
Market and restaurant with locations in Del Mar, Mission Valley, and downtown. By Aflac, ask about it at work. And by Frizzy. Frizzy Paint, our passion, your results. Photographs that look like they're digitally enhanced tonight here at Petco Park.
Have a brew. Don't cost nothing. I think of when I see the froze, and I think this guy was a Padre, wasn't he? Oscar Gamble.
Oscar Gamble had a kick in front.
Yeah.
Bake McBride. Elliot Maddox.
Nice.
Randy Wolf leads things off in the home third. Top of the order guys due up next, Garrett and Gonzalez.
Oscar Gamble was a Friar in 1978.
Nice.
He wore this uni.
Three balls and a strike from Washburn. Washburn gave up the back-to-back 2-out singles in the first. San Diego has had opportunity tonight. Not quite the opportunities that the Mariners have been presented with, and Will takes a strike to fill it.
You look up at the scoreboard, we are scoreless, a lot of bagels up there, but look at the left on base column. Seattle already a snowman. They've left 8. Kind of looks like your scorecard when we play golf. On the par 3.
It's the last time you and I played golf. 01.
It's been a long time. You're scared.
3-2 pitch is lined into center, and Bloomquist puts it away. 1 gone. We talk about guys that wore the kick and fro in 1978. Dave Winfield never really had the huge afro going in 78, but he sure had a good season that year. Hit .308 for the Padres, 24 home runs, 97 driven in. And would stick around here in San Diego through the 1980 season before bolting for the Bronx.
How about in that video, Dave Winfield going down and getting a Count Montefusco fastball at the old stick, taking it to the left field.
We'll find the right digits out there.
By the way, that candlestick surface back then, did you know what it was? AstroTurf, but you know what was right below the AstroTurf?
Concrete.
Concrete.
Good call. Good thinking back then, right?
In fact, remember O.J. Simpson was a free agent, I believe, and he said the 49ers were trying to get him to San Francisco. The only way I'm going to come to the stick is if you guys change the surface, and they changed the surface.
I would love to. .2-0 to Jody Garrett, fouled away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Well, the 1978 season, a good one here in San Diego. In fact, it was the Padres' only winning season of the decade, their first winning season in franchise history. Dave Parker won the batting title that year at .334. It was a strike to Garrett to make it 2-2. George Foster, 40 home runs, 120 driven in. You know, younger fans might not remember George Foster and how good he was. He was an absolute force. I don't know, maybe the most underrated member of the Big Red Machine. Craig Swan of the Mets won the ERA title that year. And it was Gaylord Perry and Raleigh Fingers here in San Diego, having banner years on the mound.
Roger Craig skippered that 70-18 for the Friars.
Garrett bounces it to second. Lopez is on it, and they're 2 away.
Hum baby to that.
So with 2 gone and the base is clean, it's Edgar Gonzalez. He flied to right in the first. You know, you and I have kind of poked our nose around about the All-Star game because we talk about 1978 being the first of 2 seasons where we in San Diego got the All-Star game. And we'll talk about that as we continue tonight. Bloomquist tracks down the fly ball, and it's 7 in a row retired by the left-hander Jarrod Washburn.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch types and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Lends nicely to the proceedings tonight. We ask who was the first pitcher to win the Cy Young Award in both leagues. And we'll have an answer for you in the bottom of the fourth. No score through 3. Randy Wolf back to work. He gets Jarrod Washburn, then the top of the order, Ichiro and Jose Lopez. Randy's workload already pretty big tonight. He has thrown 68 pitches through 3 scoreless innings and has had to turn away runners in scoring position each time.
Can I give a clue on the Aflac trivia question?
Sure.
He was dubbed, when he wore the Mariners uniform, the Ancient Mariner.
I love that nickname, by the way.
That's awesome.
Every once in a while, one of those really sticks and works. Washburn slaps a ground ball chance to Green. Very close, and they just get him at first base. A reminder, this SAP telecast tonight brought to you by Sequan Casino. Play ball in Espanol. Here's Ichiro now with 1 away. To say that Ichiro Suzuki is a .325 career hitter during interleague play rather misses the mark. A career .333 hitter overall, and that's his second single tonight. He's aboard with 1 gone.
At least once a series when we play the Mariners, I have to drop the Sultan of Slap as he goes the other way. Moving his feet, moving his body, but hitting the baseball squarely. Unbelievable. He's, Tony Gwynn category. Throw it down the middle, and hopefully he'll get himself out. That's the scouting report. I told you that story before, didn't I? After playing with Tony in San Diego 3 years, I get dealt to the Braves. Padres come to town like the next week. Pitchers meeting. Let's go over the hitters. Okay. Get to Tony Gwynn. Guys are saying, soft stuff early. Get him out in. Forgot who the pitcher was. He said, heck with it. I just throw it down the middle and hopefully he'll get himself out.
It's not too far off.
No, it's not.
Ball and no strikes. It counts to Jose Lopez. I don't know that there have been many people that have been as good at something as Tony Gwynn was at hitting. Whether it's crossword puzzles, culinary skills.
Kyron Bob's pretty good at Sudoku.
Ichiro is in the same category, I think. 2 balls and no strikes to Jose Lopez.
Oh, Randy, there's been a handful of pitches tonight where he's gotten squeezed, I think. And you can see the frustration as he rubs up that new rock out in front of home plate. Or in front of the pitcher's mound, rather. Let's take a look at this pitch.
Well, the pitch tracks liked it. And Michael Barrett coming out to perhaps ask Randy if Lance Barksdale's ever had a problem with his brother Jim, who's also a major league umpire.
Being a catcher is also being part counselor. You go out there and you try to calm down your guy.
Here's the 3-0 to Lopez, and it's in for a strike. 3 balls and a strike now. Forget about Ichiro standing over there at first base. He has stolen 33 this year, second only to Jacoby Ellsbury of the Red Sox. To a full count now, 3-2 to Lopez. You know what's most impressive about Ellsbury and Suzuki, your two American League stolen base leaders? Ichiro is 33 of 35, and Ellsbury 34 of 38. Great percentages. He runs, and Lopez lines it into left. Despite the head start, Ichiro gets as far as second, and there are runners aboard with one away.
Well, Randy Wolf this evening has had 5 2-0 counts, and that's not fun to pitch behind. Just misses with the fastball, trying to peck away. Again, not getting the call. 3 in a row, right down the middle of the plate. And then, you know what? As a hitter, even though the count is full, you've got 2 strikes. When you throw a lot of pitches and you're just missing, you can sit on that fastball, and that's exactly what Lopez did.
6 singles and 4 walks for the Mariners tonight. And here's Raul Ibanez. He has walked and flied to left. Slicing in the left field corner. Headley in pursuit, and he can't make the catch. Well, Chase had a chance to make that play. That wall comes up on you in a hurry.
Looks like it kind of broke back also. And let's see, yeah, that ball hit close to the wall. That would have been a tough play.
Not to make excuses for anybody, but you know, Chase is still getting used to playing the outfield.
Yeah, but the thing about that play is the ball hits so closely to the wall, and you got to go quickly to the wall, and then you've got one of 2 choices. One is pull up and try to make the extension with your glove, or 2, go in full and eat it and get just banged by that wall.
Still 0-2 to Ibanez. Elsewhere tonight, the Angels and Dodgers are underway up at the stadium. It's one of those 7:45 Dodger Stadium starts, so they're only in the first, and LA has just scored. LA Dodgers, that is. There goes Ichiro on his way to third. That's fouled away.
Did he do that in Seattle?
I think he stole 2 bases on 2 pitches in Seattle. I'm telling you, you know that door is open for Michael Barrett.
Yep.
Clear view to third. Ichiro goes undeterred. Let's see if he goes again on 0-2. Not a count you'd look for him to run. Not a situation you'd look for him to run. 0-2 left-handed batter.
He's relying on his speed. He's relying on a jump. You make a good point, Matt, with that front window open there. The front door, as we call it, with the left-handed hitter.
Late on a fastball, still 0-2. Arizona losers in Florida today. 3-1 Marlins the final score in the only true National League matchup on the schedule. Diamondbacks have lost 3 in a row. And the Marlins snap out of their 4-game slide with the win today. Giants lead in Oakland 1-0. That's a 4th inning score. Colorado losing in Motown 7-1. Tigers the final from Comerica Park. Rockies have dropped 5 in a row. Yeah, the West is just scuffling right now.
Straight scuffle.
2-2.
Well, Randy just hasn't found the rhythm tonight. He is just, you know, after he comes out of this game, when he comes out of this game, the first thing that Darren Ballsy is going to say, you know, way to battle. I mean, he's battled tonight.
2-2 to Ibanez is lined into center field. They're going to wave Ichiro around. Garrett has trouble in center. The throw's going to come into third, where it's too late to catch Lopez. That'll likely go down as an RBI single and an error hung on Jody Garrett. Indeed, RBI single and an error to Garrett.
This ball is hit hard off the bat of Ibanez. And when you look at the runner, the only reason why I thought he should be charged with an error is because Lopez, he was going to third base no matter what it looked like. It looked like he did not break stride at all.
3 straight one-out singles, and the Mariners finally cracked the scoreboard after some big opportunities through the first 3 innings. Mike Adams is up in the bullpen. Adrian Beltre rocks the first pitch foul. Beltre's walked and grounded out tonight. And Randy hoping to dial up a ground ball here. An out of any kind. Infield's playing back.
Yep.
He doesn't want a ground ball at all. He wants a punch out.
Well, I think also, Matt, with the infield playing back, if you elect to play the infield in, then maybe you get a little squibber over the infielders' heads. The Padres want to get an out here to get 2 outs and try to prevent the Mariners from creating a big inning. So with runners at second and third, if you bring the infield in, how about like especially with the left-hander, you try to bury it in. Let's say you get a jam shot, it goes over the infielders' heads, 2 runs. Here, if you get a jam shot, hopefully it stays on the infield, you get an out, and maybe the Mariners get a run, but you limit it to 1.
Bounced up the middle, and it gets between Green and Edgar. It'll score 2, 3-0 Seattle. 4 straight Mariners singles.
You know, even if the infield is in there, there's no way they're getting that ball. It cuts down the range. If the second baseman is tucked in, the shortstop's tucked in. Look where this ball is placed. Right over the mound. There's no way. Ooh, and Edgar kind of winces in pain there. Let's take a look as he dives for the baseball. Does he get the elbow? Wow. Looks like he's okay now, though.
There's Richie Sexson now with a big swing and miss. Well, after Seattle stranded 8 in 3 innings, they're doing a much better job here in the 4th, picking up the opportunities. Richie Sexson tonight has singled and struck out. The strikeout is 73rd of the year. That ranks him 3rd in the American League, behind Jack Cust and Carlos Gomez. There goes Beltre. Barrett's up and throwing, and Adrian Beltre has stolen a base, his 6th of the year.
Pretty good jump by Beltre. He goes on the first move from the left-hander. He's taking the chance. You know what? If he comes over to first base, I'm just going to try to take second base.
Here comes Buddy Black, and they're checking out Edgar Gonzalez, who's still attending to, looks like Edgar's looking at his left bicep, or tricep rather, elbow. Padres trainer Paul Navarro out on the scene. This is the play, and you can see after Edgar went down, rolled awkwardly on that right elbow.
And you know, from the reaction after that dive, I thought it would have been much worse after, but he went back to his position and he was fine.
He's not coming out of a ball game unless he absolutely has to.
I was just going to say
all the time that guy's put into his minor league career, finally gets a shot to play every day, and with his hometown team. Are you kidding me? You're going to have to break his leg to get him out of there. Wolves 1-1, swung on and missed. Held up on the high fastball that time. That's how Randy struck him out in the first. To a full count now, 3-2. And he loses Sexton on ball 4. That's going to be all for Randy Wolf tonight. He will be unable to complete 4. Workload came and got him. Mike Adams is being summoned, and this pitching change brought to you by San Diego Harley, located downtown and in Kearney Mesa. We'll be right back.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Mortal.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? At Grind TV on Yahoo Sports, you can submit your own videos or watch the pros in action. Check out the most outrageous, untamed, and awe-inspiring sports videos on the web, surfing, skateboarding.
Change Randy Wolf's shortest as a Padre, and it comes to a close here before the 4th inning comes to an end. And the numbers for Mike Adams are brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union, proudly sponsoring our hometown Padres. At Mission Fed, your mission is their mission.
Last time out for Mike was Wednesday against the Twins. He pitched an inning and surrendered a couple of runs. They were both earned. Mike was the setup man this year in AAA Portland. Fastball, slider, and a curveball. And with righties coming up, 6, 7, 8. Trying to get 2 outs here to clean up this mess here in the 4th inning. Yeah, you said it right, Matt. Randy Wolf was a victim of the high pitch counts for this evening's start. A total of 97 pitches for the left-hander. He threw 29 in the first, 21 in the second, 18 in the third, and 27 in this 4th inning. And the Wolfpack, they're not going anywhere. They're going to root on. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, they're getting. They're staying put and rooting on the Friars.
Kenji Jojima, the batter, with 1 away, and with runners in scoring position and less than 2 out this year. Jojima's a .400 hitter. So Mike Adams has his work cut out for him, trying to cut the damage at 3. Even though this was Randy's shortest start by innings, the pitch count, 97, is right on his season average. Ball and no strikes. A count to Kenji Jojima, who has walked and struck out tonight. Jojima, one of 3 catchers on the roster for the Mariners. There goes Beltre again. Throw to third, not in time. Adrian Beltre had an enormous jump. He was 3/4 of the way there before Barrett could even throw to third base.
You know, I'm guessing from that shot there, Mike Adams just one-look Beltre. And you know what? The word gets out. Not only scouting reports on hitters, what their tendencies are, what pitchers throw. Hey, what kind of look do they give you when you're at second base? He did give him the spin move, but he might have one-looked him at second base.
Counts 3-0 now to Jojima. Again, that's an example of a guy that when Buddy Black talks about how base stealers are going to get theirs, it's the guys like Beltre who only have a handful.
Yep.
That's the kind of stolen base that you regret. It's 3 balls and a strike to Jojima now. Unieski Betancourt waiting next. Full count now, 3-2. Mets blasted the Yankees in the Bronx today. 15-6 was the final score in that Battle of New York.
Did you see the day Delgado had?
A new team RBI record for Carlos Delgado. 9 runs batted in.
That's a good day in the big leagues. I don't care if it's just a AAA call-up. It just got called up.
I mean, that's
pitching.
It's a month for some guys.
Yeah. It's a year for some guys.
Dan Geis that took the loss for the Yankees rather today. Sexton's running. What a play on with a guy that goes 6'10".
He got a decent jump. Clippity clop to second base. The big horse running.
So they send Sexton once more. They do. The 3-2 pitch is beaten foul. My goodness. I'm not sure if Richie just got a bad jump here or if he delayed on purpose.
Hard to tell. Maybe he's worn out from huffing and puffing. That's the second time he's had to retreat back to second base.
Sexton has stolen exactly 1 base in each of the last 3 years.
How about a fake to third, throw to first? Ruben Rivera on.
Yeah. Mike thinking the same way. Nice call, Karnak. There he goes again. And Jojima splitters his bat as he fouls it off. Oh, heavens. Hey, you know what? I learned something last night about this maple bat situation as you take a look at the saw off again. Left him with a toothpick in his hands. The dude that finished runner-up in the poker tournament last night.
Spider bats.
Mark Pryor. Not the Mark Pryor.
Pryor with a Y.
Right. Another gentleman named Mark Pryor, who was a mechanical engineering student at UCSB, described to me in very easy to understand language what the situation is with the maple bats and why they're breaking as easily as they are. 3-2 to Jojima. This one's popped up. Headley in from left. It's going to keep Beltre at third and make for 2 out in the inning. 10-pitch at bat finally ends with a fly ball. So here's the story. The maple bats, not only is the wood a lot drier, but according to our friend and pretty good poker player Mark Pryor, the maple is layered, as all wood is, with a hard layer upon a hard layer upon a hard layer, and that's why players prefer to use them, because the thought is that the ball will travel greater distance with the firmer wood. Whereas the ash, the traditional wood, is a hard layer of wood with a softer layer with a hard layer, and it's layered that way, hard, soft, hard, soft. So there's a little give internally. How about Mike Adams? He pitches out of any further damage in the fourth. We'll continue talking about these broken bats tonight. Mariners on top 3-0.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Mortal.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
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 Gig West.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer.
The excitement begins with the XM All-Stars feature game, followed by the Taco Bell All-Star Legend and Celebrity Softball game.
For tickets, go to allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Don't forget to catch all the action
of the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Tuesday, July 15th at 8 p.m. live on Fox.
This one counts.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Well, Seattle stacks up some singles to build a 3-0 lead through 3.5. We go to the home half of the fourth, and Brian Giles leads off for San Diego.
Speaking of stacks, stack your chips. Maddie, I want to congratulate you on a job well done on your second annual Texas Hold'em charity poker tournament.
Thanks.
It was awesome.
Thanks,
what a great event.
Thanks for coming out and playing, by the way.
Great venue, great setup. The food was great. The whole shooting match, top notch, top notch.
We'll have the TV show cut and ready to put on Channel 4 in about a month or so. And thanks for coming out. In fact, we should share some of Mark Grant's night with our viewers tonight. 2 balls and a strike to count to Brian Giles first of all, and Brian sends a fly ball out to center. Bloomquist handles it. First, we answer the Aflac trivia question this evening. We asked who was the first pitcher to win the Cy Young Award in both leagues, and Mudd was onto the right track. They did call him the Ancient Mariner later in his career. He was also a Padre. Gaylord Perry, of course. January 25th, 1978, the Padres traded Dave Tomlin and cash to the Rangers for Gaylord Perry, and at 39, he was a 20-game winner. Won 21 in 1978 and claimed the NL Cy Young Award.
I love those old clips. Those are so awesome. Oh, once again, a candlestick. I think that might have been Larry Herndon.
Oh, nice.
From the left side.
Yeah.
Number 45. That he struck out. One of the strikeouts there. And then the last shot we saw him at old San Diego Stadium.
Seattle stacking up the right side of the infield on Adrian Gonzalez, who bunts it to the vacant third base side. Washburn barehands and wildly throws it into the stands. Adrian Gonzalez burns him on the shift. Oh, is that a thing of beauty?
Well, we saw it. 3 guys on the right, and Adrian says, "You got to be shifting me." So I'll bunt down to the third baseline. Nicely done. I'm just glad, plays like that at first base always give me the heebie-jeebies because somebody's going to run into somebody and get hurt.
Yeah. Well, a guy like, hyperextends an elbow or knocks himself out. Here's Kevin Koosman off with a chance to drive in the run. Ibanez has a play on his line drive, and there are 2 gone. Boy, it'd be nice to pick up Adrian after that bit of baseball expertise. Yep. One last note, because as Adrian stands at second base, I am reminded of maybe the worst beat that was given to anybody yesterday during the Hold'em tournament. When you knocked out Adrian Gonzalez, both of you going all in, Adrian holding pocket 10s, and for folks that play a little poker, my partner Mark Grant goes all in on 4-6. And what'd you hit? You hit 2 4s on the flop and another, you had quad 4s. Quad sixes.
Quad sixes.
Knocked out Adrian Gonzalez, who had you pretty much all but beat.
You know what that is? It's a hang with him.
Yeah, well. Ball and no strikes to Chase Headley.
I had a lot of fun. First time playing Texas Hold'em. Loved it.
Scary. There were a lot of people upset with you last night, too.
I'm asking Spencer Dolan, who's sitting right next to me, hey, what do I do here? He's still in the game. The dealer says, he's still holding cards, so he might not want to help you.
Headley sends a fly ball into shallow left as Ibanez is under it. That retires the side. Nothing in the San Diego fourth, despite a great bit of baseball know-how by Adrian Gonzalez. It's 3-0 Mariners.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching. Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch type and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
and on demand
on MLB.tv.
Our mid-game recap, SWAT-like, brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. If you need a custom-designed second story, room addition, or a kitchen, call Murray Lamper Construction or get on the web and go to murraylamper.com.
Great work in the truck on the mid-game recap. Bill Pettigrew, Tom Knoll, putting a little 70s flavor into it.
Like it a lot.
Ball and a strike to count to Willie Bloomquist here, leading off in the fifth. As Mike Adams continues, he came on in relief of Randy Wolf in the fourth and prevented any further damage from crossing the plate as he got Jojima and Betancourt. So here in the fifth, it's the 8, 9, and top of the order hitters, Bloomquist, Washburn, and Ichiro. Chopper to second. Edgar Gonzalez able to remain in the game after tweaking what looked like the right elbow earlier. How about more on 1978? The average cost of a gallon of gas is going to make you sick. It was 63 cents back then. Saturday Night Fever won the Grammy for Album of the Year with all the Bee Gees material. Space Invaders. Kids don't have any idea how rudimentary video gaming was in the late 70s. And Bob Horner was the first overall pick of the Braves in the amateur draft.
And he went straight to the big leagues out of Arizona State.
Animal House released in 1978 as well. Ball and a strike to Jarrod Washburn. Well, and again, it's 1978. You know, this is straight. That's like, you know, Summer of Love stuff. One and two. You know what's really going to be sad is sometime in the not too distant future, Mudcat, they're going to be doing, like, you know, turn back the clock to 1996. Called strike 3. Adams boxes the outside corner with a nice breaking ball, and Washburn caught looking.
Well, first strikeout and 4 in a row retired by the big right-hander.
There's the top of the order, Ichiro now. He has singled twice and fly to right. Does Ichiro swing the maple? It looks like he does.
I'm not really sure, Matty.
You remember for the longest time, Ichiro had his bats handled separately.
Yeah, like carried him in like a violin case, didn't he?
I think so. I mean,
cello case.
A lot of that might be legend, but I don't think anybody took objection to it. Another hit for him. He's unbelievable. And he's 3 for 4 tonight.
He's fun to watch. That's a pretty swing. The magic bat.
Well, we'll see if Ichiro looks to run here. Here's Lopez with 2 gone. Lopez has 2 hits and a base on balls tonight. Padres have allowed a major league leading 105 bags this year, and the real problem with that number is the discrepancy between first and second most allowed. I mean, they got the White Sox beat by a bunch.
Yeah. Well, certain teams have certain deficiencies, and that's how you try to beat the opposition, right? It's part of the game in any game. Football, if you got a bad secondary, what do?
Pass.
If you got a bad offensive line or a defensive line, what do?
A bad defensive line? Anything.
Run it up the gut, right?
Yeah, do anything.
Short little 5 and outs, maybe? I don't know. You're a football guy.
Hardly. Where's Philly Billy?
I think he's talking to Bill White.
He's out of town. Did you notice how calm it was in the ballpark all day today?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in Vegas.
1-1 is fouled away. 1-2 the count to Jose Lopez. Tomorrow, game 2 of the series. And San Diego will throw the former Mariner Chow Sung Beck. Seattle counters with Carlos Silva. And a really nice matchup on Sunday. Jake Peavy and Eric Bedard. That's appointment viewing Sunday afternoon. Bedard was spectacular against the Padres in mid-May up at Safeco Field. Ball and 2 strikes is the count to Jose Lopez. He's on that breaking ball. If it stays fair, it's gone and fouled by about a yard in the left field corner. A hair early on the Adams slider.
Just out in front enough.
Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson. And the former Motley Crue frontman almost made the play. Two balls and 2 strikes to Lopez. I'm surprised Ichiro has not tried to run here.
I have been very surprised. Mike Adams, tall drink of water, got a big leg kick.
He's doing a nice job keeping him close, though. He's thrown over a couple of times. There he goes. And Lopez hits the hole on the right side. Wow.
If you've got a DVR at home and you want to talk about the hit and run play and the way that it should be mastered and executed, you've got speed and Ichiro on first base. You've got a guy who's been throwing strikes during the game. There's the jump. You got movement on the infield, a pitch down and away, a little pepper to the right side, hence first and third. Perfectly executed hit and run for the M's.
So here's Raul Ibanez now. He's walked, singled, scored, and driven in a run. Slider taken for a strike. Raul Ibanez had a pretty nice series at San Diego's expense up in Seattle about a month and a half ago. This one's fouled away, and it's 0-2. In fact, his first stolen base of the season came at San Diego's expense in that series. He also homered.
Ibanez, left fielder tonight for the M's, 78 unis. Guess who played left field for the M's in 1978?
Oh. Sounds like something I should know.
Not really.
Rupert Jones?
No, close. Sounds like a guy who we know very well. He's the skipper here.
Bruce Bhakti.
Bruce Bhakti.
Nice.
Rupert Jones played center field back in 1978.
78 M's were not a good team. That was the second year of the franchise's existence. Expansion teams just really had to go through it so much differently in the 70s and of course in the 60s when Major League Baseball expanded on a number of occasions. Swing and a miss. A scoreless inning by Mike Adams, an inning and 2/3 without a run for the right-handed Padre.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? At Grind TV on Yahoo Sports, you can submit your own videos or watch the pros in action. Check out the most outrageous, untamed, and awe-inspiring sports videos on the web, surfing, skateboarding, motocross, and so much more. For the sickest action sports videos, check out Grind TV on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. All my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Curtis Grant.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn. Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com.
For all your Dodger gear.
For all your Red Sox gear.
All your Yankees gear.
All your Blue Jay gear.
Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
And on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Coverage of this weekend series with the Mariners brought to you by Sequan Casino, celebrating 25 years of play. Here's Khalil Green to lead things off in the home fifth. It's still just a 3-0 lead for the Mariners, despite out-hitting San Diego 10-3 tonight. Green, Barrett, and Wolf for the Padres. One to Greeny, foul back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. After this weekend series comes to a close, and it'll put the finishing touches on interleague play mercifully this year. The Pods will get back to the NL West. A trip to Denver and Phoenix as Green swings and misses. We talk until we're blue in the face about how interleague play has not been kind to the Padres. Brett Tomko's up in the bullpen. This is not 2007, nor is it 2002 when Brett was here for the first year. His 3rd tour of duty with us, and he is up getting ready to get into this ball game at some point tonight.
It's got to be great for Brett too, because he makes his home here in San Diego.
Oh, and 1 to Michael Barrett. San Diego, a major league worst, 3-12 in interleague play this season. I mean, that's the first and last time I'm going to say that. Just let's get done with this interleague play nonsense. 0-2 to Mike.
Amen to that, brother. I wonder if our boy Tom Brenneman is watching tonight. Or is he working a big league ball game?
The Reds were in Cleveland. Got to stay in the Buckeye State, pal. Was it awesome when we got to have dinner with Brennemania when the Reds were here?
It was the best.
You, me, Marty, and Tom, and Ross Porter joined the party.
Oh.
That almost captured all the guys you do impressions of. If we only could have rounded up Mike Shannon and Greg Schulte, we would have had all the guys you do sitting right there.
The governor? That was a lot of fun. Of course, the Hall of Fame broadcaster Marty Brenneman telling some stories. Tommy, his son, chiming in.
Here's a 2-2. Barrett breaks his bat on a soft liner to third, and Beltre makes the play. We'd continue talking about the bats and wood quality, but I don't want to risk any further admonishment by the great Mike Costa from what's the name of that?
I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, 13 Matters.
Here's Scott Hairston now, pinch hitting with 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Hairston batting for Adams, so we will in fact see Brett Tomko's re-debut as a Padre in the top of the 6th.
Well, Mike did a fine job. He surrendered 2 singles. And that's it. A couple of punch outs.
Hairston 2 for 4 against the Twins in the middle of this homestand. A wave and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. You know, with Chase Headley here and playing left field every day, Scott Hairston's playing time has diminished. Jody Garrett playing in center field and leading off, even against a lot of left-handed starters, as he did tonight with Washburn. But we'll see on Sunday how Buddy Black aligns the Padres, because Washburn and Bedard go about their business very differently from the left side. And I would guess that it's going to be a chance for Hairston to start Sunday. Jody might be in there too. Popped him up. Jojima discards the mask and retires the side on behalf of Washburn. Pods go down 1-2-3 in the 5th.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morrill.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Be a part of the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game to be played at Yankee Stadium in Bronx, New York on the 15th of July. Go to Padres.com and vote today. Help make Adrian Gonzalez a starter in New York. He's back. Brett Tomko reappearing as a Friar, 2-7 this year in starting duty for the most part in Kansas City. Brett back in the familiar trappings of San Diego and making his first appearance as a Padre since the season finale of 2007 in Milwaukee.
And you know, what do you got to lose with a guy like Brett Tomko? A veteran guy, he can relieve, he can start, can still get it up there above 90 miles an hour. And as I said, Kansas City letting him go, so the Padres just have to be obligated to pay the minimum salary of that contract.
Brett made 7 appearances as a Padre last year, including 4 starts, 2-1 last season in San Diego. Recall in 2002 he was a 10-game winner, made 32 starts in 2002 here with us. 1-1 the count to Adrian Beltre. Veteran right-hander sets and makes Beltre swing and miss again. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
94 on the gun.
A couple of former Dodgers here. Speaking of LA, the Dodgers on top of the Angels 1-0. That's in the 3rd up north of us at Dodger Stadium.
That's a strike.
A's and Giants tied 1 apiece. That's in the 5th. Arizona lost today in South Florida, 3-1 Marlins, and the Rockies were losers in Detroit. Keep you up to speed on the NL West on this Friday.
Matt, you want another little nugget about these 1978 uniforms?
Sure.
After this pitch? The only team, the only uniform in Major League history to have both the city and the nickname on the front of the jersey.
Is that so? Line to first, and Gonzalez has it one away. Let's learn some more about this start to the season that the Mariners are off to. The subject of our Marvin K. Brown comparison tonight. The fastest to 50 losses in Mariners franchise history. And it happened, ironically, in 1978, the year we're celebrating in throwback uniforms tonight, when the Seattle Mariners went 26-50 to start the season. This start to this season is right behind it, and it's just so hard to imagine that after the Mariners had become so good for so long that they have taken such a major step backwards the last year plus. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Mariners, quite frankly, are one of those teams that, with the exception of the 6 days a year when they match up against the Padres, that I rather enjoy rooting for. I've been kind of a Mariner fan. When you got to pick an American League team. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Did you see that shot at Jim Riggleman there? Our guy Anthony was in the shot. Oh, he just walked out. He just walked out.
Anthony from Elite?
Aki's former interpreter.
Oh, yeah.
He was here with us in San Diego for a little bit. And now he's working for the Mariners, working with Ichiro and company. Kenji Jojima. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count to Richie Sexson.
Let's see if Brett Tomko tries to locate the fastball up and have Richie Sexson chase.
There's ball 4. I'll bring up Kenji Jojima now with 1 out and 1 on. Saw Tadahito Iguchi in the clubhouse today as he continues to rehab the shoulder. And you know, the only reason I'm reminded of that is we got that shot of Anthony. And when we were in Seattle in May, I had a little conversation with Anthony. He said, "How's Tadahito doing?" I said, "He's doing pretty good. You know, great addition to the club, blah, blah, blah." He said, "You know, he is known as one of the nicest guys in Japan. In the Japanese professional baseball world, has a reputation of being one of the nicest players in the league."
Doesn't surprise me.
And, you know, unfortunately, there's a little language barrier with us here in the States because Tadahito's English is not as good as perhaps it may be in a few years. Jojima sends that one into left center. Sexson with the big strides will get it and score easily, and Kenji Jojima has doubled in a run to make it 4-0 Seattle.
We've seen some easy swings from Jojima, and from that swing, we know that he likes the fastball. It's elevated, and he splits the gap, and this ball is hit well out of the reach of the defenders, giving Sexson, who doesn't have blazing speed, but scoring all the way from first base. That means that Jojima beat the defense on that one.
Here's Unieski Betancourt now. First pitch gets away from Barrett. Jojima to third on what will be scored as a passed ball. Little cross up there. You know, you got Tomko making his first appearance in a Padre uniform this year. Yeah, I don't know if that was a cross up or maybe a pitch that just got away from Mike. You throw a backup slider?
You know what? That's a good call because Tomko does throw the slider, but sometimes when you leave it on the inner half of the plate, it'll back up on you. Good call.
1-1. Infield in for San Diego, down 4-0. Can ill afford much more offense by the M's tonight. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, since I was fortunate enough to play about 3 months in Seattle, Seattle memories, one of my favorite teammates of all time. Squeeze.
Bunted foul.
Pete O'Brien, former Mariner, DH, first baseman, as the squeeze is on and cannot execute. It's a foul ball. Called everybody Jim. Hey, Jim. What's going on, Jim? Nice block by Michael.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of deep counts tonight. 12 runners left on base tonight for Seattle.
Swing and a miss. Got Betancourt to Chum. And there are 2 away.
Nice job by Michael Barrett also. 2 pitches in a row in the dirt. Slider in the dirt. Michael Barrett checks the runner. Remember, it's a free ball. It's a live baseball. Got to make the play at first base for the out. This is the old IW on your scorecard. Intentional walk.
Well, Willie Bloomquist is not known for his power this year. In fact, he doesn't have an extra base hit this season. 20 singles. But they're not going to mess with him in terms of the runner at third and 2 away, because a single in this circumstance could hurt you. So with a pitcher on deck, they will pass Bloomquist and get to Jarrod Washburn. Check it out. The left-hander has a moth that won't leave the cap.
Yeah.
Who's he barking at there?
I don't know, but he got a little fired up right there.
So here's Washburn now.
Looked like a first pitch, off-speed pitch to Jarrod Washburn.
And a foul ball. You know, Jarrod Washburn, though he has spent his entire career in the American League and looked very much like an inexperienced hitter when he lined out in the second, actually has a handful of hits in his career. 9 for 37. 1-2.
I think what you saw from Bud Black was a little encouragement from the dugout too. Brett Tomko saying, hey, you know, don't light up here. You got a guy who can put the ball in play. Got to make good pitches against this guy.
Ground ball to second. Edgar's got it to retire the side. 1 more in the Seattle 6th, however. We played 5.5. It's 4-0 Mariners.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Since you guys taught me to drive, I'm going to teach you to wrestle. This is a body slam. Not bad. These guys are phenomenal.
Start every day with Gillette Fusion Power Phenom. With Gillette's most comfortable shave, you'll feel phenomenal.
No, man!
Gillette Fusion Power Phenom, the only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns.
For even more comfort, use Gillette Fusion Hydrogel. Comfortable?
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer.
The excitement begins with the XM All-Stars feature game, followed by the Taco Bell All-Star Legend and Celebrity Softball game.
For tickets, go to allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Don't forget to catch all the action
Of the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Tuesday, July 15th at 8 p.m. live on Fox.
This one counts.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats.
Share the good. And by Boza Legend. It's a buyer's market. Where will you be living when it's not? Experience the legend at Petco Park by Boza Development. Beautiful night downtown. It's even better night for Seattle as they are shutting out the Padres by a score of 4-0. 11 hits for the Mariners, only 3 knocks for San Diego. And the Mariners have had many opportunities to score more runs. They have left up to this point 14 runners on base in this ballgame. For San Diego, it'll be the top of the order. Jody Garrett, Edgar Gonzalez, and Brian Giles. 1 for 6 combined. 1 through 3 for San Diego tonight. Jody Garrett, although hitting .385 on this homestand. First pitch misses, 1-0. Talked about that 1978 team for San Diego. Roger Craig skippered it. First season above 500 with 84 victories. On the other hand, in 1978 for Seattle, kind of a tough year in the big leagues for Darryl Johnson and the troops. 56-104 for Seattle. Breaking ball misses, and the count now 2-1.
Three balls and a strike to Jody. Well hit out to left center field. But playable for Ibanez, and there's one away. Horseshoes and hand grenades. Here's Edgar now with one away. He has flied to right and flied to center tonight. On a sharp hop for Sexton, who flips it to Washburn, still in time to get Edgar in out number 2. This Dayton baseball history brought to you by the San Diego Hyundai dealers. And it was on this date, June 27, 1999, Ken Griffey Jr. hit the last home run in the last game played at the Kingdome as the Mariners beat the Rangers 5-2. And they blew that candle out, as Tommy Lasorda said in his induction ceremony in Cooperstown. Here's Brian Giles with 2 away. Boy, did it get loud in that building.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most domes, right, stands to reason.
Sure.
But that particular dome was just crazy loud, even in a less than capacity crowd night. Do you wish you had a chunk of the Kingdome?
I do.
A seat or something?
Actually, I do. Wish I had a memento from that place. You never think about it, though. You know, back in when I was there in 1992, We didn't know what was going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years.
Why was that place so loud?
I don't think the acoustics were all that up to par because of the cement ceiling.
Ah, right. It's a base hit for Brian Giles, flared out over Betancourt into left field. Giles is 2 for 3 today. And it'll give Adrian a chance to swing the bat, maybe cut that deficit in half. Strike to Gonzalez. Adrian had 2 hits in the 3-game series between these clubs in Seattle in May. Both of them were home runs. And a bouncing ball for his opposite number to retire the side. Nothing in the San Diego 6th. We go to the 7th inning tonight. And it's still 4-0 Seattle.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live.
Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Curtis Cranston.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn.
Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com.
For all your Dodger gear.
For all your Red Sox gear.
All your Yankees gear.
All your Blue Jay gear. Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau. And all my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Downtown tonight, and it's been the Mariners in control all night. They'll have the top of the order Ichiro, followed by Lopez and Ibanez here against Brett Tomko. Four runs on 11 hits and an error by the Mariners. No runs, 4 hits for San Diego. And despite Seattle stranding 14 base runners tonight, we continue a shutout fashion lead. Ichiro with a little pop into right field for Giles. Your Barona in-game box score, Ichiro has 3 of the Mariners' 11 hits. And the RBIs tonight have come out of Ibanez, his 48th, Jojima, his 20th of the year. And a couple for Adrian Beltre, 34 and 35. One away for Jose Lopez. Ball and a strike to count to Lopez.
You know, I mentioned it earlier, but a lot of deep counts, pitchers falling behind. Randy Wolf walked 5 hitters, and none of them scored. All those runs scored off of Randy Wolf in the 4th inning via the single.
Chopper to third for Koosman, and 2 away. 1978 was also a big year here in San Diego because it was the first time the All-Star Game had been brought to us at then San Diego Stadium. First of 2 years when we hosted the All-Star game here. I love that font package. Dave Winfield represented the hometown team, as did Raleigh Fingers. Steve Garvey scores on this wild pitch from Goose Gossage. Garvey went 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in, and the National League won 7-3. That's some great old footage.
Garv threw out the first pitch today.
1-1 to Raul Ibanez. This was earlier tonight. Steve Garvey looking good and was here to help celebrate the 1978 uniforms by throwing out the first pitch. 1-2 to Raul Ibanez.
A lot of people forget Steve Garvey came up as the third baseman with the Dodgers.
That's right. Pretty good class he came up with, too. That the class of Dodgers all traveled to the minor leagues together, from A-ball and all the way up to Major League LA. Bill Buckner, Davey Lopes, Steve Yeager,
Billy Russell,
Bill Russell,
Billy,
Biff Barnes. Still 2-2 to Ibanez.
Tom Paciorek, Wimpy. He was in that class too, you know.
Wow. We love Ed Barnes, the crew, our producer.
He's gotten that big, huh?
Swing and a miss. Tomko strikes out Ibanez on a nice breaking ball. M's go down in order in the 7th.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is DJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer. Tickets for the 2008 DHL All-Star Fan Fest in New York are on sale now. Bring the whole family to the DHL All-Star Fan Fest from July 11th through July 15th at the Javits Center. Enjoy more than 40 interactive games and attractions. Meet former and current players and get free autographs. Buy your tickets to DHL All-Star Fan Fest at allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.
Sponsorship provided by the California Center for Sustainable Energy, greening your world with the Energy Resource Center and the California Solar Initiative. Visit energycenter.org and find out how to color your world green. Back alongside Mark Grant, who returns from the unfortunate suspension of last week. Good to have you back in the booth, Mudcat.
Good to be back, Matty.
Matt Vasgersian. It's 4-0 Mariners, bottom half of the 7th. Kevin Koosman leads off the inning with a drive into right center field, a well hit. And it gets past Bloomquist and bounces onto the beach.
Well, that's a start, and that gets some of the Friar faithful up out of their seat and something to cheer about. 5th hit of the evening, and Kevin Koosman early in the count, down and away. Who's going down to get that, showing off some serious power. off the warning track, and 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 out of 10, you hit that warning track on the fly, it's going to bounce over that wall, over that fence.
Chase Headley has a chance to put San Diego on the scoreboard tonight. This is the first time all evening long that the Pods have put their leadoff hitter aboard. One and one.
See what Washburn is trying to do there to Chase Headley. Runner on second base, nobody out. The infield's playing back there. They want to get outs now, but still, a breaking ball down and in. As you see action in the M's bullpen.
Right-hander Sean Green up and throwing. Not that Sean Green. Two balls and a strike.
Trying to get a grounder on that slider and keep it to the left side to keep that runner at second base. A sharply hit grounder to short or third. Chances are that runner at second base is going to freeze at second base.
Khalil Green waiting on deck. 2 balls and a strike to count to Headley.
A sharply hit ball. What did you say first? I just wanted to reiterate, like a little maybe 12 hopper to short. There's a good chance that Koos could get to third.
I got you.
But like a 1 hopper, 2 hopper to short, he'll probably stay at second base.
Headley with a shot into the left field corner. That could be trouble. And that ball is gone. Wow.
What in the Joe Carter is going on here? Talk about turning that pitch around. He's got Phillies Blue Jays World Series written all over it. Mitch Williams on the hill and Carter taking it out to win it.
And that cuts the lead in half. You talk about a fence scraper.
Yeah.
But on a line. That was no cheapie.
That was some kind of notch. So put another notch in the Slaley for Chase Headley.
0-1 to Khalil Green. And a ball and a strike from Washburn now. The 10th home run allowed this year from Jarrod Washburn. As the Padres finally crack through. Got a ball game here. 4-2 for the Mariners. 2 balls and a strike. Into foul territory. Lopez gives way to Ichiro, who in foul territory puts it away. The Franklin Stubbs is going on out there.
Just shows you great concentration. And you know what? Ichiro, it looked like he was calling it the whole way. It wasn't the prettiest catch, but pretty darn good athlete out there and using 2 hands and securing that baseball in that guante.
So with 1 away now, here's Michael Barrett. Michael has homered on the homestand. Sean Green's ready to go in that bullpen for Seattle. But after Barrett, the pitcher spot's due up next, and it looks like Jim Riggleman wants to wait and see what Buddy Black does in terms of a pinch hitter. Right now, it's Tony Clark standing on deck. Ground ball to short. Betancourt's on it. A fine play.
He's good. He can get a little flashy out there, too, you know. He's pretty good, though. Bedcourt going to his right and circling that baseball so it's on his left side in front of him and makes the good throw. Ooh, Michael Barrett looks like he kind of stumbled a little bit after crossing first base.
Craig Stansberry is used as a pinch hitter now. I think it might have been Clark had Barrett had
bloop and a blast.
Yeah.
Good
Instead,
call.
it's going to be Stansberry, who's 5 for 14 in his limited duty since coming up from AAA Portland. Craig had a pinch hit single against Minnesota in the opener of that 3-game series on Tuesday. Four to 2 Seattle. Pods on the board on the 2-run shot by Chase Headley.
Very impressive young man. Great swing. Line drive. You could have hung the wash on that one. Got out of here in a hurry.
You know, the Padres have done everything they can to try to take the onus off Chase. I don't think the expectations were exactly fair. Just because you're the next guy up doesn't mean you're going to have the huge immediate impact. He's going to be a good player, as we've seen already in his limited time with us here at the big league level. Third of the year has made it just a 2-run ball game downtown.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching. Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen. Text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Mariners, Saturday, June 28th at 7:05, and get your own Padres replica jersey.
That's right, Adrian. All fans will receive a button-down Adrian Gonzalez replica jersey presented by Petco. Saturday, June 28th. As he said, that's tomorrow. Visit Padres.com for tickets.
Well, Clay Meredith wears the retro uni well, and he's going to make his 41st appearance of the year, dressed in 78 throwback, and look to keep this a 2-run game as we've gotten to the top of the 8th inning. Adrian Beltre the first to face him. Beltre, Sexton, and Jojima. A tough 4-5-6 part of this Seattle lineup.
And the Claw is wearing the uniform the way it should be worn. The high pants, traditional brown stirrups, showing off the yellow sanitary socks. That's so sweet. Now put white spikes on him. You got it. I don't know, Rexy. I don't think this one has the distance.
It's into the first row of the seats.
That's a good look right there. How about Luke Carlin? It just occurred to me. He wears number 1, right? Ozzie Smith.
Oh, yeah. Still 0-2 to Beltre. Last time out for Clay Meredith, by the way, was in yesterday afternoon's finale against Minnesota. He pitched a scoreless inning, striking out a pair. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Adrian Beltre. Still to 1-2. Seattle bullpen busy. Padres get the 2-run home run against the starter Jarrod Washburn in the 7th. We saw Sean Green up earlier. Beltre bounces it past Meredith. And a good play by Edgar behind him takes care of the leadoff hitter. You talked about number 1. And of course, number 1 back in that 1978 retro uni, the great Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. Only 4 seasons here in San Diego, but the defensive talent showed up immediately.
Wow.
Hall of Fame career started right here in San Diego.
Pretty good one right there, too, huh?
Here's Richie Sexson with 1 away. Luke Carlin keeping that that number 1 under good stewardship these days. Quickly 0-2 to Sexson. Just sinker, 0-2.
You know, the more and more I think about it, Richie Sexson goes down swinging. Number 1 would be a legitimate number to retire here in San Diego. It just occurred to me.
I don't know, man. He played here for 4 years. I don't think that's long enough to get a number retired. I really don't.
How long did Steve Garvey play here?
4 years. I'm not taking away from Steve's contribution to franchise history. Heavens, he hit one of the biggest home runs in franchise history, if not the biggest.
Absolutely.
But, you know, Steve's known more as a Dodger, and Ozzie Smith known more as a Cardinal. You retire the numbers of guys that are your guys. I'll tell you who's a better candidate than Ozzie Smith to have his number retired here, Tim Flannery.
Good call.
Grounded to third, and Koosman can't handle it. Jojima's aboard with 2 away. E5.
And Kevin Koosman wants this one back. A very makeable play. He knows that. He just came up too quickly. Obviously a play that should have been made, and very frustrated after that.
Second error committed by Koosman in the last 3 games in the homestand. So Betancourt gets a bonus at bat after the 2-out error. You know, as I'm reminded by our colleague Mike Trussell to my right, when Garvey came to San Diego, Flannery gave up number 6 for him. So with the number 6 retired in the batter's eye here at Petco Park, you could say that in part honors Tim Flannery too.
Good call. How about retiring number 23 for Phil Nevin?
Grounded to shortstop.
You're supposed to laugh after I say that.
What are you laughing about? He had better numbers than Garvey here.
He did.
Still 4-2 Mariners.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Hey, this is Curtis Grant.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn. Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com
For all your Dodger gear.
For all your Red Sox gear.
For all your Yankees gear.
All your Blue Jay gear. Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
It was a toy train, but it was a train nonetheless. Leaping over Monopoly buildings in a single bound. 1-1 the count to Jody Garrett. Garrett, Gonzalez, and Giles for San Diego. Actually being told here by our producer Ed Barnes that is not Clark Kent. That is his uncle Claude Kent. So welcome to Claude. Ball and 2 strikes to Garrett.
Where's Lois Lane?
Washburn frustrated. A 2-2 count now to Garrett. He is over 100 pitches for the night, 102 and counting.
My goodness, the Seattle Mariners left a small village on base tonight.
You know, we went on the air tonight and talked about how Seattle starters have won only 9 games since the start of May. They have really gotten a nice start from Washburn tonight. In fact, if and when he records his first out here in the 8th, this will become his longest starting assignment of the year. Garrett chops it to second base. Lopez has it and throws him out. Yeah, there's one gone. May have been a different story had Washburn lost Garrett to start the inning. You might have seen Jim Riggleman make the walk to the mound. Instead, Washburn continues. And it's Edgar with another left-handed batter waiting next. So there's a good chance that Washburn could finish the inning. Do I hear fireworks in the distance?
Isn't that out in the bay? Don't they have fireworks off a barge in the bay on Friday nights in the summertime?
I don't know that we would hear it from here.
Oh, yeah, off the buildings, echoing. We talked of acoustics earlier, Kingdome, acoustics bouncing off the buildings and coming back our way.
Well, thanks, Phil Spector. 1-1 to Gonzalez. Mark Grant talking about the wall of sound. 2-2 to Gonzalez. Got him looking. Want to see this pitch again because I'm not quite sure it's been called a strike all night. That's a strike.
Yeah. Looks like it caught the corner, you bet.
Folks, if the cost of fuel has got you down, we could recommend you visit one of the 6 Massey Nissan locations in San Diego and check out the Altima Hybrid. Less trips to the gas station, you're saving time and money, and the Altima was ranked the #1 among mid-sized hybrids by Motor Trend magazine. 6 locations in San Diego: El Cajon, Escondido, Kearney Mesa, National City, Oceanside, and Poway. If you're near the Poway store, stop in and say hi to Jason Jaffe. A ball and a strike is the count to Brian Giles. One and two. Well, last year, Jarrod Washburn led Mariners starters in starts and innings pitched. He's a strike away from finishing 8 innings tonight.
I think the umpire may have gotten that one.
Caught somebody. That catch the umpire? Yeah, it did.
It did. Yeah.
Wow. It ain't no fun when you get hit like that. Extra bases into the right field corner for Brian Giles, his 3rd hit of the night. Ichiro kicks it in right field. Wow. Oh, now we've seen everything. Ichiro had trouble with Petco Porch, and that gets Giles into 3rd. It's a double E9 that brings the tying run to the plate.
Breaking ball, inner half, inside the pillow at first base. And now Ichiro has to deal with Petco Porch off the mound. Everybody scatters. What you just witnessed was the 2nd error of the year by Ichiro Suzuki. Double E9.
Adrian Gonzalez, the batter, with a chance to tie it up. He is off to a fantastic start to 2008, and as we approach the midway point, his numbers at this part of the season are brought to you by El Cajon Ford, your major league leaderboard. And yes, most home runs after 81 team games. Adrian's hit 21. Greg Vaughn in 1998 as a part of the National League Championship season was sitting on 26 at this point in the season. This is game number 81 tonight. Greg Vaughn's franchise record is safe, but Gonzalez still with a chance to pad those totals. Once again, Seattle goes into the exaggerated shift. Adrian beat it with a bunt single earlier. And apparently they have changed the official scoring decision on the ball that Giles hit, and they're crediting Brian with a triple.
I think it's a bad call.
That's an awful call.
Should be a double E9. He was clearly in front of the ball. It was a clean bounce. It just went right through the wickets.
I think cooler heads will prevail. They're going to take a look at that tape and most likely change it. Take a look at this again. Brian would have been at second base had it not been for that.
Yeah. He was starting his spin to get in a good throwing position before he got to the baseball. That's an error, I think.
If it stands as a triple, it's significant for Brian Giles in that it would tie Dave Roberts for 9th on the all-time Padre list. It would be Brian's 23rd in a San Diego uniform. And now they're just going to not mess around with Gonzalez anymore and put him aboard intentionally. Hard to find fault with this. However, Kevin Koosman swinging the bat well tonight. The chance you take when you're Jim Riggleman is that you're bringing the go-ahead run to the plate.
And I think, you know, he's going to make a change with the right-hander coming up.
You know, Gonzalez is San Diego's best run producer, and you roll the dice a little bit, but I think we all understand the rationale.
I mean, 119 pitches, you got a righty coming up. Go to a fresh arm in the bullpen.
This pitching change brought to you by Seaside Buick Pontiac GMC, offering you 0% for 72 months on most 08 Buicks, Pontiacs, and GMC. It's a pitching change, and we'll be right back.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Curtis Grant.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn.
Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com.
For all your Dodger gear.
For all your Red Sox gear.
All your Yankees gear.
All your Blue Jay gear. Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Coming to the plate, and the Mariners make a pitching change. The numbers for Brian Morrow brought to you by RCP Block and Brick. Brandon Morrow making his 26th appearance of the year tonight. Visit rcpblock.com or one of their 6 locations. Brandon Morrow's been outstanding. He missed the first portion of the trip for Seattle with back spasms. Came back a couple of days ago at the Mets and pitched a 1-2-3 ninth. In fact, Brandon has allowed only 1 hit in his last 10 innings of work. My goodness.
And 1 out to get here with runners at the corners. Going with the percentages, righty on ready. Kevin Koosman coming up.
Miguel Cairo takes over at first base. That's the double switch. And it's all up to Kevin Koosman here, who has doubled and scored tonight. Morrow starts him with a breaking ball that misses inside. Brandon spent all of 2007 with the Major League team. Falls behind Koosman now 2-0. He was the Mariners' first rounder, taken 5th overall back in 2006 out of Cal Berkeley. Fantastic 6-pack career with the Bears. To Koosman. He had his fastball and he fouls it away. Easy for me to say that was a 97-mile-an-hour Morrow fastball. Another one that's fouled off. And it's 2-2 now.
Well, you know he's got the straight fastball, but still tough to catch up to 98 miles an hour.
Yeah, 99 on our Carl's Jr. pitch track gun, 98 here in-house. Koosman has faced Morrow a couple of times and has a single in those experiences. Morrow shakes off Jojima once. Another fastball, and he just missed with it. And you know what? That would have fooled all of us, too. Wow. Hey, you know, you throw it 98 miles an hour for strikes, and why mess around with the wrinkles? Even though to some of us, I was guessing slider. Of course, you know, I wasn't very good in high school. Here's the 3-2. Another fastball, and it's bounced to second for Lopez to Ichiro, and the side is retired. Morrow pitches out of the fix. We're going to the 9th inning downtown tonight. The Mariners still lead it by 2.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the
home game for Coca-Cola Family and Friends weekends. 4 upper reserve tickets to a non-premium game, 4 hot dogs and 4 Cokes, and it'll cost you only $55 at Padres.com. That is a super fro.
Wow, that's straight share.
Share. I mean, that's looks like part of the landscaping. Carlos Guevara will try to keep it a 2-run game here in the top of the 9th and give San Diego a shot to come back in the bottom half. Carlos makes his 8th appearance of the year tonight. He'll get Bloomquist, Ichiro, and top of the order Ichiro for Seattle. See the 6 walks in 7 appearances for Carlos. Opponents batting under 250. Big hold situation for him. Ground ball to shortstop on his first pitch, and Bloomquist is not retired as Adrian had to come up to make the play on a bad throw. Gonzalez trying to claim that he came down in time. It's an error charge to Khalil Green to start the inning.
Oh, he had him. Absolutely. Clearly had him.
That isn't even bang bang close.
No.
He was out.
That's too bad.
How do you miss that call?
What in the George Orta is going on over there?
Here's Miguel Ichiro now. Cairo's bunting, and Guevara's on it. They get him at the bag, 1 away, a runner in scoring position for Seattle. Believe it or not, this is the first time tonight that the Mariners have put their leadoff hitter aboard. And they had a runner in scoring position in each of the first 6 innings of this ballgame.
I got a gripe. Can I gripe?
Sure.
It's regarding the error, which I thought was an error in right field. When people tell me, oh, he never touched it, so it's not an error. That's the biggest farce ever. Guy doesn't have to touch it for it to be an error.
Who says that?
He was clearly in front of the ball. He was positioning himself to get in a good throwing position so he can spin. Watch this. He's rounding the ball. He's going to glove it. You know, it sure took a hop on him. You know, even if he did graze it, guy doesn't have to touch it for it to be an error.
They're going to intentionally walk Ichiro. Three balls and no strikes. He counts to Ichiro. And there's ball 4 to Ichiro. Now it'll set up Jose Lopez. Only one away here. And it becomes a tougher situation still for Carlos Guevara to try to hold the deficit to only 2.
So with that argument regarding the error, a guy can be camped under a fly ball for 4 seconds. He's camped under it. All of a sudden the ball just drops right behind him. He doesn't touch it. Oh, so it's a double?
No, I know what you're saying, but you don't hear that argument made very often if he doesn't touch it again.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Jose Lopez has grounded into 6 double plays this year. Did he check it? Apparently he did. Wow.
If he hits it, it's a double.
Uh-huh.
Scroogey. You know, I love that pitch. You don't see it. Was this the Phillips head or the straight head?
Ball and 2 strikes.
It's a pitch that can hurt you, though, because remember what I said when the Cubs were in town and Alfonso Soriano was at the plate? That screwball, it's an off-speed pitch. If you leave it up and in to a right-handed hitter, it'll go right into their wheelhouse.
And it did hurt Guevara on that occasion as well.
He gave up the home run.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful.
Another check swing, another appeal, and another confirmation that, in fact, Lopez didn't swing the bat. Wow. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, I checked that one.
I beg to differ.
Shocking. Guevara takes a long look at Bloomquist, comes home, and that one's fouled away. After Lopez, it's Raul Ibanez next. When San Diego bats in the bottom of the 9th inning, they'll have Headley, Green, and Barrett.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm giving Ichiro an error.
Back to that, are we?
Yeah.
Fly ball into right field. All the way out from first, Adrian makes the catch. And there are 2 gone now. And Barrett and Guevara want to chat. That one bounces away from Barrett. And a wild pitch will advance runners 90 additional feet. What a straight scuffle.
Yeah, this is... Man, you know, once again, the Padres only 2 runs down, and then you allow the Mariners, even with 2 outs, runners in scoring position, giving them a chance to get a 4-run lead.
Well, now a base hit does just that. Only 1 away. They're going to intentionally walk the hitter. Ibanez put aboard, or rather, Ibanez put aboard to face Beltre, that is. It's going to load him with 2 gone. Sacks full for Beltre, who tonight has walked, doubled in a pair of runs, and stolen 2 bases. Singled in a pair of runs, that is. Ball and no strikes to Beltre.
It seems like when Guevara comes in the ball game, the pace of the game just slows down.
Uh-huh. Two balls and no strikes. Gets a call in the corner. Adrian Beltre this year with runners in scoring position, batting 189. Who took the time there? Who wanted that time? Was that Beltre that called for it?
10:03. Michael Barrett, I think. See him raise his hand.
Yeah, okay. Sliders foul back, and it's 2-2 now.
And Adrian Beltre knows that he missed a hanger. Carlos Guevara got away with this one. Check this one out. Oh. And Beltre with the Reggie Jackson super duper star swing from the right side.
Bounced up the middle. Green smothers the flip to Edgar, not in time. It's an infield single that scores a run to make it 5-2 Seattle. What a great play by Khalil just to put leather on that ball.
You bet. One run comes across, but he also saves another one because this ball was not hit sharply. Trying to get the 4s. Great effort, but not in time. That ball being slowed down on the infield, allowing the runner, Ibanez, to get to second base safely.
Brendan Morrow is going to make a plate appearance in his spot in the order. No activity in the Seattle bullpen. So quite clearly Jim Riggleman wants to finish the game with Morrow, at least at this point. First career plate appearance for Brandon. We talk about, recently drafted pitchers who can really still swing the bat because they're not that far removed from their hitting days. And Morrow has an idea as he slaps it into the opposite field for Giles. A run in the ninth, however, and we go to the bottom half with Seattle on top, 5-2.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch types and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? At Grind TV on Yahoo.
Ninth inning, and Brandon Morrow will in fact try to shut it down. He'll continue on the mound for Seattle as the Padres send up Headley, Green, and Barrett in the last of the ninth.
Boy, that one run that the Mariners scored in the ninth is a huge run. Rather than a bloop and a blast, Padres need to get some base runners to possibly take this one away from the M's.
Chase Headley's two-run home run represents the San Diego offensive strike tonight. It came in the bottom of the seventh inning. Seven hits for the Padres tonight, two of them for extra bases. The Giles double and the Headley home run. Brian Giles has 3 of the 7 for San Diego this evening. Among the noteworthy aspects of this game tonight, and it's not going to even matter who wins, is the fact that the Mariners have set a new franchise record for runners left on base in a 9-inning game. 18 runners left aboard.
And even I, who is terrible in math, can do the math. It's 2 an inning. It's unbelievable.
Meanwhile, that last strike for Morrow at 99 miles an hour that puts Headley behind 1 and 2. You know, I say it's not going to matter who wins the game, and it does in fact matter, because if you lose a game when you set a new franchise record for runners left on, a new futility record, it stings a little bit more, as it is Seattle has a 3-run lead. It'll take the bite away from that record.
Wow.
Putting a bite on that fastball as Headley swings and misses, and another 99-mile-an-hour pitch.
It's kind of an easy gas, too, for Morrow. Boy, he really gets on top.
Runs, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just straight.
Yep.
Khalil Green now. Greeny 0 for 3 tonight. 28,640 at Petco Park on a Friday night. One and one. He goes back to the fastball. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, I know that pitch just missed, but even if that's right on the corner, how do you hit that? Just at the knees, right on the outside corner.
Three balls and a strike. You know, just to get back to your point, that top of the 9th inning run is huge.
Absolutely.
Huge. You know, say Morrow walks Green. Barrett comes up as the tying run. It's going to take a little bit more after the 9th inning run. The 3-1 to Khalil. Yeah, a full count now. And it won't be Michael Barrett either. Tony Clark waits on deck. So we'll see back-to-back pinch hitters here, given the opportunity, that is. First the 3-2 home to Khalil. Swatted into shallow right. Ichiro drifts over to make the catch. And if, in fact, Buddy Black has a chance to use back-to-back pinch hitters, Tony Clark's going to have to get on base. There are 2 gone. Ball and no strikes, the count to Clark.
Well, it will be interesting to see what happens. Padres trailing by 3. If Tony Clark gets on, usually they pinch run for him, right? Well, you've got Carlin left, you've got McAnulty left. You'd have to burn another player if, in fact, that was the case. But I'm guessing if Tony Clark gets on, he's going to remain out there. Or you have Luke Carlin pinch run for him.
Going to do it tonight. Seattle takes the series opener. Final score downtown 5-2 Mariners. Mudd and I are back right after this.